Hi everyone! For my diversity field experience, I decided to explore gender orientation in the United States, specifically same-sex couples. To do this, I interviewed one gay couple and one lesbian couple. I did have a list of interview questions prepared, but I do want to note that I sort of let the conversation flow naturally. So being from a small town in the Midwest, I did not grow up around many individuals who identified as gay or lesbian. In fact, I can only think of one off the top of my head. When I went to college in Colorado, I was surrounded by much more diversity than I had been back home, and my eyes were really open to many new things. I wanted to complete my diversity field experience on gender orientation because one of my close friends from college is gay. He's very involved in the gay community, and I wanted to hear more about what life is like for him and his partner, some of their struggles or challenges being gay in the United States, and to hear more about some of their experiences being in a same-sex relationship. I also interviewed a lesbian couple as part of my diversity field experience. So before I get into the interviews and my findings, I first want to provide just a bit of background information on the two couples that were part of this study. So the gay participants are ages 25 and 28. They're not married and they don't have any children. They currently live together in Denver, Colorado. As I mentioned, I had met one of the participants when I was working towards my undergraduate degree in Boulder, Colorado. He was actually on the track and field team with me, and we've become quite good friends over the years. The lesbian couple I interviewed, they're both in their 40s. They are married and have 2 children. They currently live together in a small town just outside of Grand Rapids, Minnesota, where I live. I do want to note that one of the women was actually married to a man for 12 years, which I thought added a very interesting perspective to the conversation. So, for many gay and lesbian individuals, coming out can be extremely difficult. With both couples, we spent quite a bit of time discussing coming out stories, as well as how friends and family reacted to them coming out. And one other thing I want to note is that I was given permission to talk about all 4 individuals by name during this presentation. So while I'm not going to discuss each coming out story in detail, I do want to talk about a few of the highlights from the conversations. So all 4 individuals discussed the anxieties that go along with initially coming out. They talked about having sweating palms, racing heartbeats. 3 of the 4 individuals did not even remember what they had said when they initially came out because they were so nervous. So the 2 men, Jaron and Eric, both came out at a fairly young age. Jaron was in 10th grade and Eric was in 7th grade. Jaron first came out to his best friend, who he said was extremely understanding and supportive of him. He said that he remembers the friend mentioning she was not surprised and kind of figured that he was. When it came time to come out to his parents, though, he said he had a much more difficult time. Jaron was an athlete, and in the athletic community, there just weren't a lot of openly gay or lesbian individuals. In addition, Jaron's mom was his track and field coach. His eyes began to tear up as he recalled the conversation he had with his mom on the way home after track practice one day. After he told her, he said she didn't say anything for about 30 seconds to a minute, and then she just finally said that, that she would love him no matter what. It took Jaron an additional year to come out to his dad. The females that I interviewed, Trish and Megan, had completely different experiences. Like I mentioned, Trish had actually been married to a man for 12 years, so it was a huge shock when she came out as lesbian to her family and friends. She said that she often felt very alone. She struggled with anxiety and depression for a handful of years as she held in this big secret from her friends, but most importantly from her husband, who she came home to every day. Although it's taken some years for him to heal, she says that they're now friends and that he's supportive of her in her new life. On the other hand, she says that her father still doesn't speak to her and it's been over 7 years. So that was really sad to hear, and I know she has a really hard time with that as well. All 4 individuals, have other friends in the gay and lesbian communities that they often rely on for support, but they all said that they wish that they would have had more support as they battled and struggled with initially coming out. So with both couples, we also talked about challenges or obstacles being in a same-sex relationship. Obviously, all of them said that coming out was a huge challenge. Jaron and Eric, who live in a really liberal state, have said that although they can generally hold hands or engage in other PDA as heterosexual couples do without much scrutiny from others, Trish and Megan, who live in the rural Midwest, say that they often catch people staring at them or giving them dirty looks when doing something as little as just holding hands. Secondly, straight is still considered the default in most places, and people will often assume things about their sex life when they say that they're gay or lesbian. And both couples have also said that they often find themselves being asked to answer questions on behalf of all lesbian or gay individuals. So obviously I can't share everything we talked about during the interviews in a short video, but what I did discover is that although we have come a really long ways in being more accepting as an American people, there are still many places and many specific parts of the country that still struggle with being accepting of people in, the gay and lesbian community, but just the LGBTQ community as a whole. As teachers, we need to form relationships with all of our students, make them feel safe, make them feel respected, and just provide them with all of the resources that we can provide them with if they need somebody to talk to or if they're struggling. So thank you all for listening.